Flirting with old ladies is a skill that I think I have mastered.
Why are you there if not to lick, smell, and touch?
There was an assassination attempt one night that night that we were semi-involved in, but we can't really disclose the details of that for legal reasons.
There's one thing what's between you and the government, and there's another thing what's between you and God, and that's all that matters.
To continue where we were last week.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
Tuesday night. You went out to a bar night.
Right. So, real quick, I know a lot of our listeners, we tend to get, hundreds of thousands of new listeners per episode because we're kind of booming right now. So, this is one of those episodes of ours. They're very few and far between, but there is required listening. So, if you want to go back to episode 102, listen to that one first. Catch you up on me and John's excellent Hawaiian adventure. But, so, moving on from where we were last time, I think we're at Wednesday, right?
How'd that day start?
Late. After the not previous, drinking with Lou and Mimi and everybody. But this was our free day, so it was pretty uneventful. I mean, we went to the beach.
Was there stuff you could have done and you chose the free day, or was this booked in?
No, this day, wasn't
we
this
had
one had to be free?
Yeah, so we got guaranteed 3 activities for the week. And so we had to take a free day. We figured about Wednesday we probably would want a break. And my idea with a break was sitting on the beach, not drinking because I was hungover and up late the night before, and doing that. Steve's
reading
idea
a good
of free day
book
was the same thing, but plus alcohol.
Was filling a backpack up with IPAs that were already warm and drinking them until he was hammered at about 4 p.m.
Yeah, and I was just lying on my beach chair and I was vibing, as the kids say.
Chillaxing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then the bar we went to that night was kind of a bust. I mean, it was like some pretty decent seafood and some pretty good dessert.
It was actually the same food. It was the same bar I went to on Sunday. It was a karaoke bar, but little did we know, karaoke doesn't start till 10 p.m. when everyone is stranded and there's no way to get places. So
yeah, exactly.
Once you're there, you can't leave.
Yeah, karaoke is a locals only thing, or at least that's how it is if you ain't got a ride.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, so go for it.
Yeah, so Wednesday was kind of soft, but so Wednesday we looked at our schedule ahead, and Thursday was supposed to be our last activity, and it was a 7 a.m. wild dolphin adventure that very clearly says underneath, you're not allowed to touch the dolphins.
Right.
So we looked at that, and we're like, well, that kind of sounds like it fucking sucks. So we went to like the activity people and we're like, hey, like, how's the dolphin adventure been? And they're like, well, the first group saw dolphins, it was a lot of fun. We're like, oh, okay. Well, what about the second group? Yeah, they were out there for 5 hours. They didn't see anything. Like,
yeah.
So you're telling me we might have to be up and moving at 7
Roll the
a.m.
dice.
to not see anything. And, like,
and even if we do see something, we can't even touch it.
Yeah, so.
Why are you there if not to lick, smell, and touch?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So,
I want to know how dolphin tastes.
I am a gambling.
On the outside.
Yeah, so I am a gambling man, but not to that extent. So we're like, all right, can we swatch to like a spa day, just get massages? They're like, nope, those are all booked up. And they're like, all right, what about a UCV adventure? Still booked up. We'll let you know. All right, what about a rental car? And they're like, still booked up. We'll let you know, though. I'm like, all right, just put us down for everything. Give us a call tomorrow morning.
Yeah, see what's open.
Thursday, we wake up to a phone call from the front desk saying, hey, we got you guys a rental car. And we're like, oh, shit, that's pretty sick. And go downstairs, talk to them. They're like, you can either get a Jeep Wrangler or a convertible. And I'm like, what an interesting difference in details.
Yeah, right.
So I was like, all right, I already got a Jeep Wrangler. Like, that's my car at home, like me and Zane, shout out. Steve's part of the Jeep gang, but not Wrangler so far.
Yeah, I drive a Diet Jeep.
Yeah, fucking Compass. In case he gets lost.
Yeah, which
Spelled
I do.
CUMCUCKPASS.
Yeah. So, I choose a convertible, but now I'm like, what kind of convertible is it? And they're like, oh, it's a gray Camaro.
Yeah, dude.
They just gave us a Camaro for the day.
They just trusted me. Of all people.
They didn't even check my driving record. They just handed me a sheet that says, have you had any major accidents the last 3 years? Obviously.
Who
I
has it?
lied. Have you had more than 3 tickets in the last 3 years? Obviously.
Come on now.
I lied. I still
Right.
haven't gotten a phone call about it.
Are you expecting one?
And
Oh,
they covered
God,
our
I
gas
hope-
too.
I hope not. Well, so we got it, and the Camaro was sick, and I immediately went over a speed bump that was too big for us and ground the shit out of the bottom. But we ain't gonna
Great
talk,
start.
We ain't gonna talk about that.
We'll
Bro.
believe it, don't worry.
Hawaii Sports International is one of our top contributors on Patreon. Uh-oh.
Oh, hell yeah,
Hawaii
dude.
Sports Rentals.
Oh,
Actually?
yeah.
Wait, is it
You
actually?
might be fricked,
dude.
bro.
They
You
give
might
us
be
thousands of dollars a
fricked.
month.
Oh, I don't believe you.
Well, it actually just started this month. I think it's a campaign of psychological warfare against you.
Oh, no.
It's a new
Oh, yeah.
contributor.
We found
This is
it.
how they really get you.
His
They
digital,
After
pay
the fact.
us to get their money from you.
Yeah.
his digital footprint's so small. How will we find him? He was a guest.
He
on
must
this
be digitally
podcast.
tippy-toe walking.
tippy toe.
Anyway, so Wednesday you skip the Dolphins, or in lazy recovery days, do you get hammered on a beach? Thursday you get a rental gray Camaro, and go.
It was pretty sick. We just kind of drove one way, blasting music like a couple of little girls on spring break, and just kind of
Yeah,
sang
scream
along.
singing.
What songs? Party in the USA,
Oh,
Miley
well, actually,
Cyrus?
I found my new song.
Oh, yeah. Call back from the last podcast. See, it's a tapestry, the two of them.
So yeah, my new favorite song that I've listened to about.
I thought that was a tapestry, because I've only seen him made of duct tape.
But don't tiss.
Anyways.
Yeah, I get that. That didn't go over my head at all. So my new favorite song is "Let the Bad Times Roll" by the Offspring. It is very
Right.
hype. I highly suggest it.
I
Don't
think
worry,
we can
guys,
afford...
I'm actually gonna play it on loop for you all 10 times so you can get a feel for it. Let it go right
I was
now. No, I'm just joking. Don't worry.
I was about to say, we could probably afford letting one episode get demonetized if we want to play it.
Right. If we do want to play it 10 times loop, just so everyone else can hear it, how many times I ended up hearing it that day.
Count it for
actually,
us,
though-
Steve. How many times?
A lot.
10 times on loop.
Oh, actually though, but that does remind me of a joke. That
Just
we
like
told
the
a couple-
doctor ordered.
We did say this joke to a couple people on the trip though. That was true. So like when people are crashing at like Steve's place though, I like pranks. In case no one knew. So
He's
whenever,
a tricky little trickster.
I am a tricky little minx. So
You like what? I thought you said cracks.
Oh no, pranks, trick.
Oh,
Pranks.
like butt cracks.
Yeah, no.
Tricky little trickster. Do tell.
Not like that, but I have a running thing where multiple people are staying in Steve's place, and I always get the sleeping place closest to the Alexa unit. And then right as everyone's cozy and about to go to bed, I shout, "Alexa, play Despacito, volume 10, put it on repeat."
And I know you have an Alexa, so is that going off right now?
Nah, I just
I got
connected to
headphones, thank
Wi-Fi
God.
3 months ago by accident.
3 months? What are you talking about?
I got a new router, and I forgot how to get everything hooked up, so my lights don't work either. I've been sitting there.
Yeah, I'm sitting by candlelight right now.
Yeah, it's a big candle. I've been spending $1,000 a month on candles. Someone needs to help me budget better.
I've seen that meme as well.
Yeah. But it also, if anyone wants to do that as a prank for their friends back home, it works wonderfully because even though, yeah, if you do Despacito Volume 10 and people aren't near it and they're already cozy in bed, the only way they can get heard to shut it off is they have to get out of bed, which is a prank. And if they don't, it just keeps playing.
Or
It's
they
really
have to
funny.
yell loud enough to pick up their heart rate. So
Which wakes
either
up
way,
Steve,
it's
which
mission
is also
accomplished.
funny.
Fuck their night up. Yeah, check.
Yeah, basically. And the funniest part is you can do it as many times in a night as you want. Alexa doesn't stop listening to you.
And people will still invite you to shit. It's crazy.
Amazing. Can you believe?
I can't believe it.
How many times in a row do you do this before someone usually just unplugs their Alexa?
I've
No
learned
one's
since
ever
ballpark,
unplugged it.
2 to
Usually
3.
the weak link is that I'm drunk and I fall asleep.
Yeah.
It is a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But yeah,
Okay.
so we rented
You're driving
that
around
car.
in a gray Camaro.
Yeah, so we're like whipping this gray Camaro around the Big Island, and we end up
Oh, we
Just
kicked
kind
that
of-
pig to see what it could do.
oh, and it could do a lot. Let me tell you.
Oh, it went
But we ended up
fast.
finding this like mountainside hike down to a black sand beach.
Ran over 3 endangered species and hit 2 mountainsides.
Yeah, dude. Well, the big things around there are goats, cats, and pigs, apparently. There's a lot of those all around the island.
Oh, a lot of Samoans, too.
That's true. They're running around like crazy, just like the rest of them.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Oh, man.
Little rascals.
We
Oh,
love them,
man.
though. We love them.
Faces like Mahi Mahi, but voices like Susan Boyle.
Faces like Susan Boyle, but voices like Susan Boyle.
But voices like Mahi Mahi.
Every
We love
permutation.
We love Susan Boyle here.
We do love Susan. We're big
And Mahi
Susan
Mahi.
stans. I do love some mahi mahi. I've learned
Some
that
mahi
I love
mahi.
ahi tuna, man.
We had a lot
Ain't
of
much
mahi,
better.
A lot of poke.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
did y'all get any of the like Hawaiian type fare where you get the it's like pork, the purplish potato like vegetable, like
Oh,
a
ube.
Hawaiian
Yeah,
food meal.
Ube. Yeah,
I got a
yeah,
Hawaiian type platter after I interviewed at their med school, just at a
Hell
local
yeah.
Hawaiian restaurant, because I was like, yeah, I got to spend the $20 and see what all the local fare tastes like.
Oh
So-
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I didn't have any spam while I was there, but I've had it before, so I
Oh,
figured
but
I
I
could
had
miss out.
Loco Moco like 3 times in the last 24 hours, which is
Yeah, at
basically-
both airports today, you got Loco Moco.
Yeah, so Loco Moco is just a bed of white rice with a burger patty on it, a fried egg on top, and then bacon gravy over everything. It's
Yeah.
amazing. And so
It's
with
an
macaroni
incredible
meal.
salad on the side. They love macaroni salad there. They literally do macaroni salad with everything.
They sure do.
It's crazy.
But yeah, we found this black sand beach. If y'all follow us on Instagram, we'll probably most of both of our pictures will probably be from there.
Almost definitely.
That was so cool, dude.
It was
Um,
pretty
Did y'all get the chance to sneak over and do the Stairway to Heaven hike?
No, we didn't have quite enough time to get all the way to the other side of the Big Island. That would have
Bummer.
been. We would have been back after the rental was due, unfortunately. But I mean, I think the hike we saw. One thing I wish we got to see lava at one point, but there was no way we were gonna fit that in anywhere.
Well,
Yeah,
still,
it was like 2 hours
pretty much
away.
pretty much
Yeah.
everything you see on Hawaii is beautiful,
Oh,
stunning, and incredible.
wait a
so-
minute.
Right?
I almost
go
forgot
wrong.
what we did.
Was that?
We interrupted. We crashed a honeymoon.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So our friends, we all 3 of us, the whole couple of fellows
No.
on the podcast right now, we're all at their wedding. And
No.
we just so happened to be in Hawaii at the same time. So we
Yeah.
invited ourselves along since they were going to a place
No.
near us for drinks.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah, we
great
got
time.
to meet up with them.
That's
Yeah, they picked us up. Yeah, they picked us up. It was great. It
And
was
let
a
me
little cocked.
Let me be the first to say they were both glowing, those 2 newlyweds. It was
Oh
so
my
good to be
god,
around
they are
them.
such a beautiful couple.
That must be
They-
great energy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Such a beautiful couple. They had just went and seen the lava, and oh my god, it looked majestic in their pictures even.
Did they do it all dressed up fancy style?
I don't think so. To hike up the volcano, I don't think they got up fancy.
In their wedding clothes?
Yeah, she was still in her wedding dress.
The wedding
exactly.
finery, 15-foot bridal gown.
Yeah, just dragging through the lava rocks.
Okay, so that's sick, and that was Thursday. Hike,
Yeah,
met up
And
with
then
them.
I'm trying to remember. Do we do anything after the rental car, John? I don't remember what happened that night.
Thursday was the luau.
When did you return it?
Oh, the luau.
Yeah, so we returned at about like 4 or 5 p.m. We got like shower, change real fast, and we had a luau that night.
Right. I don't think
Wore the
all
lei.
that Oh, that's where we wore the lei. Yeah, that was the retro Hawaiian party, which I didn't know what to wear, but I figured leis are pretty traditional as they come in Hawaii, so
Is the
I'm
plural
throwing it on.
Leia? As in
Uh,
the princess?
I'll get back to you on that one. I'll have to check with my Hawaiian guy on that. I wouldn't imagine that I could pretend to tell you.
Real
but-
Stans will know.
Yeah, real stands, exactly. I'm too howly to know the intricacies like that.
Is
But,
Stan based off the Eminem song or like an abbreviation of stand, like stand for, stand with?
No,
based off
it's the Eminem song.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Absolutely.
Look at me. I'm learning.
Hey, how about that?
Shit, I just helped teach a doctor something.
Yeah, but I remember after
Not
that,
yet.
Yeah,
We
Not
one,
for
once-
a while yet.
one day.
after that retro party, we went back to another after party at the canoe bar back at the hotel because that was the only thing open.
And then
And,
we met Susan.
And that's where I met Susan, and oh boy, did I love Susan.
Susan had mixed opinions on me at first before she liked me.
Don't
she's
we
like,
all?
you talk real fast.
Yeah, so
And
John
she thought
this
I
woman
was a
are
player.
talking-
She thought I was spitting a little too much game because I was just flirting with her because it's funny because she was in her 60s. I didn't know she was actually single and
John, is
thought
that
I
your
was
type?
serious.
Yeah, it was funny. I come over and
Me, Cindy, what was her
Susan.
name? Susan.
So I come over and the first thing I say, "Oh, hey, how y'all doing?" Oh, also for the record, this is the night. I would say this is the shifting point in where we started going primarily Southern accent instead of our normal accent.
Is this where we meet Kim and Rufus?
Yeah. Thursday was no. Well, we met Kim and Rufus on Tuesday. So there's a hero story to them. I'm not. It's a lot to go into details right now. Should we then go into details?
Yeah.
I mean, that's up to you, buddy.
All right. So Kim and Rufus.
It's all alibied.
All right. So Kim and Rufus, we met on Tuesday morning. Rufus is from down south, and he used to be friends with Kim. Have not talked to her in 5 years since they both graduated from college. Hit her up 3
Is
weeks.
this how they introduce themselves?
No, we found this out later.
No, this was all through our days of detective work.
Yeah. Rufus.
What we didn't tell you is that we were really there as private investigators.
Yeah, exactly. Hired by Kim herself.
I stretch, you tell story.
So, Rufus hit her up, said, hey, you want to do a free trip to Hawaii? And she's like, gosh damn, yeah, I do. And she's like, but just as friends, right? Because Kim is very cute, and Rufus is... There's a reason why we're using these names to describe each of them. Kim is Kim Possible, and Rufus is...
The naked mole rat.
Yeah, I was using hands, but I don't know if this is even going on YouTube.
Right.
Yeah, so Kim thought she was going on this trip as friends. Rufus had other intentions, and it got real weird. But long story short, me and Kim hit it off on our own, and yeah, we're kind of a thing at the moment. I don't know. We're figuring it out. It's
How
pretty
about
cool.
that? John found himself a girl.
Yeah, I stole
Will
someone
Kim be
else's.
listening to this podcast?
I have no idea, actually. I wasn't planning to mention anything, but yeah, just met her. She's a super sweet girl. Like her a whole lot. Shout out, Kim.
But so anyway, we're talking that night, and I see John talking to Susan, and I walk over to him, and first thing she says to me, I say, "Oh hey, how y'all doing?" And she turns to me, she goes, "This guy talks too fast." Oh my god.
She said nice things to me though, because I was like, flirting.
Oh, she liked you, yeah. For
yeah,
sure.
like flirting with old ladies is a skill that I think I have mastered because it's safe. And I didn't realize she was single, and thought I was serious. So she was like trying to like give me life advice. She's like, "Look, boy, like I get it. Like you speak a good game, and like it's gonna work. It's gonna get you laid, but you just not getting it here." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, but I wasn't trying to."
Yeah, see,
you scare me.
So you took that as a challenge.
Oh no, I did not actually. At that point, I was already talking to Kim, and I was infatuated.
But yeah, so Susan and I go off to really hit it off, and we're talking, and she asked me where I'm from, and I'm speaking in this accent the whole time, and she's got a similar accent, and so I don't have the heart to tell her, that I've been living a lie.
It's all
with her
a
this entire
lie.
time.
I'm from Connecticut.
She's telling other people I'm a good guy. She told Kim I was a good guy at one point.
I've been lying to you about
And so-
who I am.
And I can't do that. So she asked me, she's like, "Oh, so where are you from?" And I said, "Oh, I'm living in Connecticut." And she goes, "I didn't ask where you were living. I asked where you're from." And I said, Virginia." And she's like, "Oh, Virginia." Because I figured she wasn't from around there, so she would have no follow-up questions. And I was right.
Would you have had to draw upon what you know of from my childhood and life to fill in
I would
gaps?
no, if I was asked, my first instinct would have said, "Oh, yeah, I'm from right outside Blacksburg."
Yeah, that's fine.
That's the only, that's the first town that comes to mind. Shout out
That's
Virginia
far enough
Tech.
west.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so we really hit it off. Found out, way through the conversation that she was single, and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting. Okay." But I was buttering her up so much. She was telling me about her her daughter.
This is still Susan, right? So you're both
this
on
is
the same grandmother from.
Oh no, this is just me talking to her one-on-one.
Oh.
She's telling me
with
about
intent to seal the deal.
Well, with intent to, make it.
No, he was not actually trying to bang.
Yeah, no.
I just want,
Just
no.
making
He
sure.
thought Susan was a great person. She was. She's hilarious.
Boyle?
She's a straight shooter.
Yeah. Oh, she was incredibly blunt and wise. I will
Not
say.
Steve's top.
Yeah, but so she's telling me about her daughter-in-law who she loves so much and how her son is not technically, the two of them are not technically married, but that's fine. And so I told her, I said, Susan, there's one thing what's between you and the government, and there's another thing what's between you and God, and that's all that matters. And she goes, you're damn right.
Bro.
Yeah. So after I drop something like that, there's no way I'm telling her that I'm from New Jersey.
Steve, you're editing this, right?
Yeah.
You're putting that in as the first clip of this
Oh,
episode.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, that'll be a clip for sure.
Hell yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I just started pulling out God references. There's another one that I'll make later.
He's
on
like,
in the story.
Republicans love it when you mention God.
They really do.
We're all these insurance sales, elderly,
Yeah.
rich folk, Republicans.
Exactly.
It was more just like there
folk.
was a lot of Southerners like from around the Bible Belt. It was a very
Yeah,
Southern-based
exactly.
company. A lot of Ohio.
Where insurance thrives.
Yeah. Where there's a lot of risk that needs to be mitigated.
Yeah, and then
Mostly racism lawsuits, but it's risk all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, should we hop to Friday now? Because Friday is probably by far the most like.
So Thursday's the luau. Time is primarily spent with Susan. Any Mimi contact? Any Kim development on that night?
There was a lot to the Kim situation. If there was a hero's journey, like the rough part was Thursday night.
Yeah,
Well, you
exactly.
declared that there was a hero's journey, so
There
let me
was a
hear this
hero.
goddamn story.
Yeah, this is my hero's journey. But,
Do Republicans love it if you bring up God in the context of goddamn?
No, they do not.
Well,
They also
Unless
don't
they're
like-
drinking. Unless they're drinking, then it's fine.
They also don't
pitching
like
to the wrong
communism.
audience. Got it. Noted.
Yeah, true.
Not a fan of communism.
Right.
So, what was it? Yeah, we'll leave that up in the air. Let's get some.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
We'll
you guys
move
know
over
enough.
to Friday.
Yeah, I gotta retain some mystery to my persona.
Exactly.
Is it coming up later at all or now?
We'll see. Maybe another episode. I don't know. Let's check out right now. Let's check out.
That's yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'll fill you in after the episode.
So then Friday.
Yeah, so Friday we start off waking up early. Not much sleep. Go down.
Right.
I can't eat at this point. I'm just doing coffee and pineapple juice. I started off the week real strong, have a real breakfast. By about halfway through, I just had pineapple juice and coffee, and I was in pain.
And
Yeah,
17
literally,
waters.
literally trying to melt a hole through your stomach.
Yeah,
We
for
had-
5 days straight.
We were approached
All
actually.
acid.
So we were approached by like this black dude named Chuck that I met earlier in the trip that Steve didn't know, and he came up to us because he's like, "I always see you two sitting alone and just laughing," and I'm like, "Yeah, because we're hilarious. It's funny. It's a good time." And he's like, "What are you guys doing?" And at the time, we were watching a clip from iCarly
Yeah, 25-second video.
where you guys know Gibby, like the little fat boy.
Oh boy, do I.
Yeah, the center of the
Yeah.
jokes. So
Didn't
Gibby.
he have some legal trouble recently?
Well, he had some medical troubles with his stunt double. So in this case, there's a scene where like they're going upstairs, they pause, and Gibby just goes like, "Give it!" Just like drops from the ceiling and belly flops off the floor and
Bounces
looks like,
off a concrete floor.
It
Yeah.
looks like he hurts himself a lot, right? Well, you find out the stunt double did hurt himself a lot and broke like all of his ribs from that fall.
Yeah, that stunt double got absolutely destroyed by this dumb stunt.
And they kept it in the iCarly show.
Yeah, because then the camera cuts and now it's not the stunt double. Now it's just back
It's
to
Gibby
regular
like, ha ha ha, I'm
like
good.
yeah, rolling over like, ooh, that hurt.
He's like, my ribs, which is kind of fucked up when you think about it, because in the stunt double, they probably just carted off in between. Actually broke all of, which makes me think, was that written? Or are they like, shit, what did he break? Let's reference that so it's realistic.
Let's get the realism.
Yeah, like Scrubs. I remember, because I learned that story when I was hearing it on a podcast that Gibby was like being interviewed on. And he was saying like, yeah, it was the craziest thing because like this guy is like just lying there. He can't really get up. He has to get medical attention. And then within like 10 minutes of him being taken off the floor. I just got to get down there and pretend and be funny. They're like, all right, yeah, get him out of here. Gibby, get on the floor. It's your time to shine, baby.
This is showbiz, baby. Hit him with the razzle dazzle.
Capture that, but dial it back about 70%.
Yeah, so that dude came up to us.
Just break like 2 ribs.
There's your inspiration.
So this dude Chuck came up to us. We showed him the video. He thought it was funny, but he's like, "What the fuck's wrong with these guys? Why are you watching this?" It's like, "Yo, you want to see a fat kid get hurt? I know you do."
I know you do.
Was this stunt double like 19 or something?
I have no idea. It's hard to tell.
Oh boy.
That's not part of the story. That doesn't make it more or less funny.
Well, you said kid get hurt.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
no, the stunt double was actually 14. He was younger than Gibby.
The stunt double was a baby. Because that was why it broke all of its ribs. They just threw a 2-year-old off from the ceiling.
Yeah, they just zoomed in so he looked bigger.
It's all perspective trips. The magic of showbiz.
They put a tiny, tiny banana next to him for size reference, and that's why everyone thought that Gibby was the same size.
That's why he slipped out of the ceiling.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Terrible.
Anyway.
So we were
Friday.
Hungover, and there was a community service event that morning, and like I went on a trip with this company to New Orleans, like back in 2019, and the community service was like 3-4 hours long, and it was like painting some music center for kids. So like we had paint rollers, we did scaffolds, like it was in depth, right? So I was like, shit, I'm really hungover. I don't know if I want to do like manual labor, but all right, fuck it. So we ended up doing it because I was guilted.
And it was like right next to the hotel. Like we didn't have to like catch a bus or anything. It was like, yeah, let's walk over, check it out.
So we go over, and it's a PR stunt, if anything. Like they literally just like, because we talked to CEO afterwards. It's COVID, so they can't really go as in depth, so it's not their fault. But they literally just had a long table with string bags on one end and 2 lines with like piles of books. You get in line, you take a string bag, you drop a book into the bag. You keep going. You drop 1 book from each pile. You squeeze that bitch tight. You pass it off, and then boom, you're done. That's your community service. Took us 11 minutes.
The whole thing took 11 minutes. We tried to do it twice. Like we tried to get back in line and do a second bag, and by the time we got to the front, all the books were taken already.
Oh my god.
It was so fast. And then we all lined up for a picture, and we hiked back to the hotel to start day drinking.
Wait, we hiked back just in time to see a car accident.
Oh, that's right. Oh my god, dude, that was crazy.
So we're walking back, and there's a car parked right by a stop sign. Like, it's not supposed to park there, obviously, right? But they had their hazards. They were there, right? They were obvious. And a bus, one of our buses that was carting us around, was turning the corner, started scraping hard against. And when challenges hit, just keep going because they just kept going and grinding, and they pushed the car into the grass, and he wouldn't stop trying to make this turn for whatever reason.
Yeah, dude, I heard straight up just 10 straight seconds of metal grinding on metal.
It sounded like a quinceañera for Optimus Prime, where hormones are high and they don't know how else to dance, so they're just doing like young prepubescent grinding. But with
like leave jeans on the wall type of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit. You see, like we kept synchronizing, which is why people kept thinking we were married or dating.
Right.
You might want to use your video recording, Steve, because I just tried to pop up a chat thing that I use for school to find a link because I had a relevant story, but I couldn't find it, so never mind. But my video's got a little thing there, or you could blur it or whatever. Sorry.
No worries.
But
So car accident.
Yeah,
but then the bus driver gets out of the car, and he has the audacity to go up to the car that he just hit and grind it up like a demonic cheese grater, and just went, ooh,
what the hell
are you guys doing? Like, what? The audacity, man. They were not moving.
Two questions.
Yeah.
Was it a blind turn for the bus, and was it a bus-only lane?
No.
The second one was definitely not. Yeah, it was just in
okay, then never mind. It's all his fault.
He fucked up bad, basically. And then I remember, because not only was he grinding against his car, he was also, like, pushing it off the road. So they, like, ended up partially in the grass. The guy's trying to, like, lean on the gas to reverse, and his front wheels just spinning in the mud.
It was so fucking bad, and it was so funny.
Oh my god! And we watched it with Susan. She was there with us. She was also feeling the pain of last night, just like us.
Yeah, the pain and the shame.
Kindred spirits, y'all.
So really though, So if this is a hero story, it really all climaxed and came together all on Friday night.
Yeah.
So every reception event beforehand was like 3 hours in open bar, right? It's like food, dinner, entertainment, whatever, open bar. The ending night of Friday was 6 hours long.
Yeah. It was a party from 6 p.m. to midnight.
Oh boy, which doesn't seem that long maybe, but it was long.
Oh yeah.
So it
That
starts
is
off.
long. That's as long as the wedding was. Longer, reception-wise.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it
30
starts,
minutes longer.
So we get dressed, and we go outside to the same pavilion where the community service was, and there's a long line to get in. And while in line, I got the best compliment I've probably gotten all.
Mm-hmm.
Well, best
You
compliment
got a very
about my
nice
accent, though,
compliment.
yeah.
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 I had a pretty good week.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
A flattering one.
Yeah.
Well, let me add one more. We got to do more episodes with John. This is gold.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm about it. So,
Oh, John. Sorry, let me detour.
Yeah, what's
Hold
up?
that thought.
What's up?
I was chatting with Steve a bit while we were waiting for you to get your tech difficulties sorted out, which
Yeah.
makes you a true fella.
Hell
And
yeah.
an idea I floated was doing unedited or extended or director's cut editions,
Okay.
where I'm sure that you have some level of doctoring in your stories going on
Yeah.
to like a podcast that's publicly available. But I'm thinking it's about time we crack open our Patreon and start putting stuff there. So I was thinking about having series of either cut out chunks, like 10, 15-minute bits, or extended episodes if there's like 3-4 minutes of maximum no filter
Okay.
that we could put on the Patreon, where you could go whole hog behind a paywall where it's all good and all clean. So I wanted to know your thoughts on that. You can mull it over if you want to get back to your story.
So not
but-
against it though, but the only thing you got to remember is like the only reason why I'm not talking about the Kim situation is because like that's part of my personal life that's ongoing.
Right. If
It's
you want
one
to put
thing-
yourself out there for our benefit, we will.
Yeah,
let you.
it's one thing. It's just like if it's some like random gal that's like whatever that I'm never talking to again. But like I literally the reason why I was late was because I was FaceTime with her for about an hour and a half, and I'm flying down to Georgia to see her this weekend. Hopefully.
Oh, we
confirmed
love
tomorrow.
to hear it.
Yeah.
We
That's
love
sweet.
on this
So
podcast.
that's why I don't
That's
really want
sweet.
to. I don't want to
I'm
go
just
too
citing
deep
the
into
ex-
details.
I'm
But
just citing the extent that I know your comedy can go and the likelihood that I'm guessing you're censoring to some
well,
level.
you got to remember
And
that most of these
offering you an out.
conversations were in a professional environment. This was still an
These.
extension of my job for these, so it was hilarious.
we had to be fairly
I'm-
tame.
But I'm
Yeah.
talking more in general.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah, I hear that.
anyway.
Yeah, I'm fine with like, if it's beyond a paywall though, I'm fine
It's
with
a
like
thought.
getting some more nitty gritty. Like I'm about it. Yeah. I just need more invitations though. I just realized I haven't been on the podcast since July.
True.
And then you got to start doing stand-up. But anyway, your story.
One day. All right, so
We're in line.
We get in line, and I start talking to. I'm not gonna change their names. Fuck it, they're gonna survive. Jeremy and Becky. Sorry, Jeremy
Hell yeah.
and Becky. I forgot your last name, so I can't even dox you too hard.
No, they're famous now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a light roast like the bean plant.
When we blow up, we gotta give them a little bit too. So when we were talking to them, though, they're like, "Oh, where you guys from?" We're like, "They're from Georgia, right?" And I was like, "Oh, we're from Connecticut." And they're like, I was doing this also while drunk to multiple people, and they're like, "Oh, you guys don't sound like you're from Connecticut." I'm like, "Yeah, you want to hear something funny?" And they're like, "What?" I dropped my accent. I just started talking normally like this. I'm like, I actually don't have an accent. He doesn't either. We both live in Connecticut. We are hardcore Yankees, but we've been surrounded by Southern people for so long this trip that I just can't turn it off, especially while drinking. This is my real accent. There's no Southern twang, and I just can't stop. And when I was drunk, I dropped the facade multiple times at hotel employees to tell them about my woes. And they're like,
What they're paid for,
they're
yeah.
like, that's funny. But me and Steve, literally, we're up late like a couple nights. We had multiple like heart-to-heart conversations that lasted like an hour or two. And about halfway through, I'm code switching back already. I was like, yo, have we been talking in Southern accents this whole time? And he's like, it's just too easy.
It's a comfortable way of talking.
Like a glove.
Exactly.
It's cozy. So I'm like, I tell them, they're like, holy shit. They're like, your Southern accents are pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
I thought you guys were from like Alabama. And I'm like, that's what we're going for, baby.
Hell yeah.
And they're like,
Any
"Are you guys
of
gonna
down
keep
there.
They're like, are you guys
Let's-
going to keep that going the whole time? I'm like, yeah, most likely.
Let's be
As
honest.
long as I can.
You threw a dart at the southeast and said, "Hope this hits." You didn't have a state in mind.
I don't know the difference between the dialects. I know Southern.
Right. It's all an amalgamation to me.
Yeah, so we went, we got drinks and all that. We got into like the venue. There was like a little like half hour like, you know, open time beforehand. That's when we found our table number. We did not know who we were sitting with. We just knew what our table number was. It was 4. We got dicked over. Ended up being 3. So, we don't know who we're sitting with still, but we find Kim and Rufus. They're hanging out, and they introduce us to another couple who is Ashlyn.
What's their table number?
I don't know. And actually, no. They were all like 30-something. It was far away from us. So they introduced us to their other friend, Ashlyn and so-and-so. And we're like talking to Ashlyn and whatever his name is. We're giving them our stories, which have been polished to fucking stand-up material by this point.
Yeah, exactly. They've been through the Tumblr by this point.
Yeah, and we're talking. But now we notice like multiple times we're either completing each other's sentences.
Oh, yeah.
Or they say something and we respond to it with the same thing at the same time. This happened.
Like you rehearsed.
No, not like we rehearsed. More like she says, "Oh, how long have you guys been together, by the way?" Like we were married.
Yeah.
So.
Adorable.
Yeah, so I told them the story about the marketing rep that I told them the last episode. You guys got to go back to that. But I'm like, "Oh, no, we're not married." Like, yeah, no. She's like, "Oh, I totally assumed you guys." I'm like, "Yeah, I can see why."
It is the vibe you give off.
Yeah, right, exactly. We're both dressed looking all cute.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he was nibbling on my neck a little bit. I kept saying,
I see how that could give someone a mistaken impression.
Yeah. That's only because you dropped a little sauce and I needed to get it off.
You wouldn't stop drooling. You making me look stupid.
Yeah.
So we're there for a hot minute, and we go, and it's like finally time to go see who our tables are, right? So like we go, we find our table, we see our name tags, and our table is the table with the CEO of the company.
Yep.
And we have to go take a lap to regain our composure. Because we're going from getting drunk and silly goose time to me being like, "Fuck, this could affect my career now."
Yeah, exactly.
You know what's funny?
What?
You mentioned that she assumed that because you guys were completing each other's sentences and saying the same thing. And when I had a little chat with Steve earlier today on the phone, a lot of the explicit lines I heard from these stories, the brief versions I got, are the exact same words you're saying, John.
Oh, yeah, I know.
So either Steve is regurgitating your oft-repeated tales, or you really are operating on a wavelength like that.
Probably a little bit of both. We spent a lot of time together.
And we spent a lot of time telling these stories.
And we cuddled every night.
Exactly, so the brain's synchronized.
It's like Avatar.
Yeah, we plugged
the
in
last Airbender.
So we had to go take a lap to like regain our composure. Right. Because I was like, "Shit, all right, breathe." I'm texting Kim and I'm like, I'm scared. I'm about to set the CEO's tail. She's like, "It'll be fine. You guys are gonna kill it." Oh boy, we killed it.
Yeah, we really did. We made the most of it.
Yeah, well, I started off hot though. We got back and there's this like Vietnam veteran named Gibbs who was at our table, but he left his he left his linen jacket on my chair, and I'm like, "Yo, Gibbs, like, why you leaving your jacket on my chair?" You know, I'm like, we got started hot, like establish.
You squared up.
Yeah, I square up a little bit, and he's like, "Oh, my bad, man. Like, you can have it if you want." I'm like, "Well, shit, don't tempt me with a good time." So I started off by putting on this man's linen jacket. He's obviously important. He's at the table with the CEO with us.
Yeah.
So now I'm like wearing the jacket for a while, me and his wife and all that. Finally, we sit
all still in accent, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. No, that was another issue that I figured out was gonna be a problem. I was like, I'm not turning the accent off, and now this dude's my.
I'm in too deep.
Can't do a game time decision like that. I did that on my clinical exam last week, where I had 70 minutes to do a history and a comprehensive physical exam of a practice patient, and like, for no good reason, for the first time ever in all my practice runs, I started changing up the order of stuff, thinking I would make it more convenient on myself as I went.
Right.
And like, that shit'll throw you off. Can't be doing it.
Luckily, we were able to keep up this southern accent. It ended up going pretty good. But...
Oh, it went very well. Like, all right, for the folks back home also, like, the reason why I got to go on this trip is I work in an insurance agency, and my father's the owner of the agency. Usually the owners are the ones invited for trips like these, but I did a lot of business with this company, and I knew some people in it, so he's like, you know what, you deserve it, send through. But now I'm worried because now, like, we're going to be at the CEO's table with all these other people who are, I'm assuming, are decently high up. And if we make an impression, which we did, he's probably going to talk to my father at some point. And I'm assuming a question is going to be, hey, if your son's from Connecticut, why has he got a strong southern accent?
Yeah, and why doesn't he sound anything like you?
Have you talked to your dad about this yet?
Oh, yeah, I filled him in this morning. He was very concerned at first, but it was fine.
Yeah.
Is he going to play along if he calls?
I had no idea.
No way.
No
Your
idea.
father? I don't
not.
think
Oh,
so.
my dad can't do a southern accent worth shit.
No, I just mean, like, about yours.
He might just
Oh,
be
like,
oh, yeah, he's...
Well, my little brother went to
he
school in
got
South
hit by a
Carolina.
car when he was 5 years old, and he's just talked like that ever since.
Yeah, we couldn't beat it out of him.
Well, no, my little brother went to school in South Carolina, so maybe he'll just combine our lives for the sake of the story to, like, pass through, you know?
Right.
Yeah, you never
Man,
know.
it got real thick, though.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, so I remember you were talking to Gibbs, and eventually dinner was starting, and Gibbs is like, the whole time he's like very classic jokes of like ball and chain-esque jokes, and he's like, oh yeah, she's already mad at me.
About his wife, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so he's like, before we sit down, he goes to John, he goes like, all right, I'm gonna need you to entertain my wife. And boy, did John entertain this man's wife.
I got asked to entertain wives like 6 times this trip.
How
from
sensually are we talking?
And boy, oh boy, can I play my role. I can sweet talk. I'm not even going to say the analogy I was thinking of.
You should have.
If you want to hear the actual analogy, you can get on Patreon, get behind the paywall, and you can hear all the analogies that I got off the top of my head.
You can suck that sweet, slimy slime off
There
of a
it
raw
is.
cocoa bean.
Sweet slimy slime, baby.
That's what I'm trying to say.
No,
I remember
I buttered
John
her
was, yeah. So he butters this woman up, right? And so meanwhile, Mimi and Lou are sitting like 2 tables down because they're also pretty important
Getting
people.
jealous.
Yeah, well, here's the thing.
Mimi
about
was so
jealousy.
important somehow that the band made a song about her.
Wait.
Yeah.
Is
It was like,
they
Mimi,
table one or
you
table
so
5?
fine, you so fine, you blow, or something along those lines. I don't remember if that was the exact one, but they made it like they switched the song they were singing to be about her, and we went ape wild from the table right next door. We were like, Mimi, I love you. I know,
Yeah.
Mimi. What's good, Lou?
Yeah. So we love it so much, and we just have all these beautiful things to say about Mimi to the point where this lady, her name was
Gibbs'
also
wife.
Susan. Gibbs' wife, we'll call her Tusen because she was the second Susan. She's like, so what does Mimi have that I don't have?
She got
like,
so jealous.
I want to be. She wanted to be our mother, and she got so jealous that we had already found an island mother in Mimi.
An island.
She got so jealous, and
Ohana.
Steve thought of the best line that I delivered, where I was like, Susan, it's okay. With Mimi, we have history, but with you, we have mystery.
Yeah.
Oh, she loved that.
Oh, that just knocked her socks right off.
Later on, though,
I saw him
after,
shoot out the other end of the table.
Yes, sir.
After the dinner part was over, though, what was it? Susan and Mimi finally met, and yeah, they went at it for a little bit. Mimi was like, I already won. I don't know why she's so mad. Susan's like, but I wanted to be their mother. What's so special about you?
Yeah, I remember at one point Lou also came over because he was definitely bored to tears not hanging out with us. So he comes over to our table with the CEO and he's like, oh no, how'd the troublemakers make it to this table? Oh
I
my
love
God.
all the dad jokes flying.
Oh yeah, they were flying a mile a minute. But they, at one point, Gibbs, he leans over the table and he looks at me. Because we had told everybody that we wrestled together at UConn.
And then right
and so-
after that, we clarified.
In our dorm
we were
rooms.
gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right after that, we clarified.
Nightly,
But,
in the showers, communal.
Exactly. That's how you build brotherhood. But Gibbs then wants to bet me $1,000 for an arm wrestling competition. So I say, look, that's a little bit rich for my blood. I've been drinking a little bit. I'm not trying to gamble right now. But I will be accepting sponsors. Who wants to sponsor me for $1,000? And without skipping a beat, the CEO looks right over and says, I'll sponsor him.
I don't know if this is insider trading or some such information like that, but without giving away anything personal, given your company or your dad's company, such that this particular central spoke of the wheel is inviting all of these other company representatives to Hawaii for a week and paying for all of this. could you give any idea number-wise of like what the CEO pulls a year, or like
enough to sponsor
the
someone
value,
for $1,000?
the value size of the company? Like, just is this like this man got 1.3 and he balling, or is this like he's got 130 and he's having fun?
Right.
Not 100. No, like 130,000. No, this dude makes millions. No, this dude makes like
no, those were million numbers I was throwing out.
I don't know exactly how much he makes.
You know,
probably at least a couple million a year. At least a couple million a year.
This one dude, his company though, maybe hundreds of millions.
Company, hundreds of.
Okay.
It's a big.
See, curious. I don't know much about the industry, so that gives me a bit of context.
Big enough to send a group of like 200, 300 people
Holy
to Hawaii
Jesus.
for free.
Yeah,
so
paid.
That alone, he spent hundreds of thousands, maybe 1 or 2, 3, 4 million.
Oh no, it's a big
insurance
company. Yeah, like it's
okay. Is this a yearly thing?
Yeah, if you do enough,
you gotta swing a +2.
Incentive trips are a big thing with insurance companies. Like my dad was telling us about how he went on like 5 in the span of 2 months once.
Of 2 months, yeah, just from different insurance companies all
I
doing
would die
incentive
from
trips at the
alcohol
same
poisoning
time.
if I did. But
Bro, why am I doing medicine?
That's what I'm saying, brother.
Yeah, you never talked about me with me. Insurance lasts cost you like $50. Shit.
I should have started that shit when I met you my freshman year.
I should have known.
You should have been like, wow,
anyway.
This dude seems way too financially secure after graduating for someone who only did 4 days of class a week, and I never saw a study in insurance.
Why is his Jeep so much nicer than mine?
But
so anyway, CEO backs you for $1,000.
So I got the backing, and I think that Gibbs was just trying to big dick me with this $1,000 number because he knows that I'm a young guy early in my career. I can't just be throwing around $1,000 like it's nothing. But once I got the backing, he's like, I think that I shook him a little bit because now he's looking for a guy to arm wrestle me, right?
He's looking for a champion.
Declare a trial by combat.
Yeah, exactly. And so he's like, you're not going to like the guy I pick. And I said back to him, I said, I don't got to like him. I just got to beat him. And there was maybe one dude who I saw who I knew I didn't want to arm wrestle, and that was not the man that Gibbs picked. Gibbs picked the first guy he saw at the next table over. This guy took one look at me and
shit
made
his
an
pants
unofficial
right
forfeit.
then and there.
Yeah, pretty much. That's verbally, I would say. Yeah, he did. So unfortunately, the competition never came to pass. But I did run a quick little arm wrestling clinic for everybody at our table who wanted to listen.
You got to torque the wrist, turn the shoulder into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're pulling in, and then the last one. This is what really sets apart people who don't know what they're doing from
bicep
people who kind of
toward you.
That's another one. You want to climb up the thumb ever so subtly over the course of the arm wrestling.
Oh, so you're turning their hand too.
The further you get away, the more leverage you got over them.
Nice.
That's one thing that takes training and patience. But yeah.
I'm going to go Miyagi some waxes on and off.
I will say, though, so the whole theme of people thinking we're gay and us skirting that line, we weren't sure how much of that we were going to talk about at the CEO's table, but by the end of it, boy, were we, like, blurring that line for everybody. We're telling some interesting stories, like how earlier that night I was in the shower, and John comes into the bathroom, and he goes, "Don't worry, I'm not looking. And I said, "Why not? Do you not find me attractive anymore?" And boy, were these people at this table loving it.
You didn't mention communism, did you?
No,
not at
when
this
Luke came over, we did, but it was on our hush.
Oh yeah, we totally did mention it right when Luke came over.
Was at one point though, like someone asked me, it's like for most parts the CEO and like people who own agencies, right? So like when people are like,
so is Gibbs like an owner of his own company?
Yeah, here's his own agency. Yeah, so it's like agencies work for companies essentially. Like I'll get.
He used to parachute in Nam. Gibbs was a badass.
Yeah, he was.
Why wouldn't he arm wrestle you himself?
He was old.
I would have broken that man.
But at one point they're like, "Oh, how long have you guys owned your agency for?" And I was like, I wasn't gonna give a serious answer up front. I was like, let's see how silly I can get. So I was like, yeah, you'd be surprised. We actually started a lemonade stand when we were 12, bought our first agency when we were 15. It's just been rolling ever since.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're like, wait, really? I'm like, fuck no. What are you talking about? My dad owns the agency. I'm just here because I'm a barrel of monkey at parties.
Oh, my God.
And I also bring the Barrel of Monkeys party game.
I did make a lot of jokes though about Steve being my arm candy because the CEO also was like, "Oh, like why didn't you bring a girl?" I'm like, honestly, week-long trip to Hawaii is a lot. Most of the girls I know are annoying, and like I'm not sure if I want to do that. So I just brought my friend Steve. He's a good arm candy.
And then the CEO called me handsome.
You're a handsome young man.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I loved it.
So is that pretty much how that night went?
Oh no, there's more.
It is not.
There's more.
Let me hear it.
There was an assassination attempt one night that night that we were semi-involved in, but we can't really disclose the details of that for legal reasons. There's a statutory limitations, so
statutory something else, bud.
I thought it was statue.
Shit.
I thought it was pronounced statue.
Yeah, statue.
Once the statute of limitations is over, we can circle back in about 2 years.
Yeah, exactly. For attempted murder.
Let me be clear in asking. You aren't involved as in potential responsible parties?
Oh, no, he's still alive. It was failed.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm asking.
He's asking if we were the murder attemptees.
Or are under suspicion of that.
Technically. To the first part.
Well, no one's suspicious. We didn't tell nobody.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
No one knows about it.
You may want to say better than this on the podcast.
Yeah, well, we can circle back to that.
Yeah, of course.
Or just never. But I did.
Up in the air.
I did have a rock star moment though, where they had this band, which was like these 2 girls and this one guy, all in white, who came from LA, and they were killing it. They were dancing, they were singing. We were having a good old time on the dance floor. And at one point, me and Steve worked up front, and I don't remember what. I think it was like an Avicii song, like "Wake Me Up" or something.
Sounds about right.
We're up front leading it, right? Like, so our backs were to like the singers, and like all these like old ass insurance people were all dancing. And we're like, yeah, let's
Somehow
go.
Mimi got a tambourine. I don't know when that happened.
Oh yeah, Mimi got a tambourine that she's playing the whole time. Like, shit, she's got connections.
Yeah, this girl's got rhythm.
But then the singer taps me on my shoulder and is like, "Hey buddy, can I hop on your shoulders?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, you can. Get on up here." And this dude goes to the stage, jumps up on my shoulders, and I'm dancing while giving him like a shoulder ride in front of everyone. And everyone goes ape shit. They're just like, yeah, and I'm like, "Wake me up when it's all over." Oh, that was sick.
Amazing.
I was pretty drunk too, and I was thinking, shit, how do I get this man down now? The only time I ever had people on my shoulders is in the water. And usually I just dunk them backwards because I don't care that much about them.
Not the way to do it indoors.
Oh, yeah, I can't do that. And also, I was like, I can't hear anything he's saying because the music is loud. I'm drunk and he's on my shoulders. When is he going to ask me to let him down?
Yeah. So, Zane, I thought the same thing to use proper cheer technique, except he had a microphone in his hand, so he only had one free hand was the problem because he had to censor
hand,
it.
Testicles.
Oh, yeah, true. And 1, 2.
Well, there's also one little problem in that I don't know proper cheer technique because, surprise,
Right.
I wasn't a cheerleader.
Steve, you had to get the guitar player on your shoulders to demonstrate.
Exactly.
The guitar player was
even harder.
The guitar player was pretty sick.
Oh my god, he was so talented.
Yeah, he is pretty good.
Oh, we forgot to mention also. So the CEO we know liked us because at the end of the night, between the dinner and the concert, he went on stage to give a speech and he shouted us out. I was so honored.
Yeah, he was talking about young agents being the future and all that. He's like, shit. He's
Both
like,
of them.
Yeah, he didn't swear, but he's like, hey, we got 2 guys at our table who are very entertaining. I think they're like 12 years old, but whatever.
Yeah. I loved it.
The whole time, like, Kim is texting me, though, be like, oh my god, he just shouted you guys out. I'm dying right now. And I just stare back the picture of, like, from Benchwarmers of the birth certificate, like, I am 12 in cramp.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
Yeah. But yeah, after that concert, we kind of were just, like, chilling on the beach, having a couple more drinks, all that kind of stuff.
Steve, I finally placed it.
What'd you place?
It's a little bit of a Dallas Buyers Club type of sound to your voice.
You think I'm like is that one of those McConaughey films?
It is.
Okay, I'll take it.
All right.
All right.
That's what I'm saying. That might be another good clip for the beginning of the episode.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so just so you know, and we're coming up on another hour, how many more you think you guys got from this week? Are you wrapping it up in 10 minutes, or do you have another hour episode?
Oh, definitely not another hour.
Fuck.
Yeah.
All right.
This was...
All right.
Me and John were saying at one point how like this whole week it was like a movie. It definitely had its low points, its high points, like emotional roller coaster, but it definitely all came to a head in this big Bollywood style like dance number because we were just like partying our faces off and like dancing around all night long till the band
From
left.
6 to 12 midnight.
Yeah, exactly.
To 0 dark 0 0.
Yeah, so we can't really go into details about why it was such an emotional roller coaster ride, but overall, the emotional roller coaster ride like ended up being a good thing at the end. It was always all well.
It was a happy ending to a film.
Yeah,
Any crazy misadventures Saturday or Sunday? You got home that night,
Sunday
I
was
assume,
really
and
just
went to bed?
I mean, airport shit. We did a lot of improv with each other to stay entertained on a situation. And
Yeah,
I'm
true.
pretty sure everyone on the flight that was lining up thought we were high. Because a very consistent thing.
Were you?
No, we were just tired. We
No.
were very sober and very tired.
But a very consistent trend is like, I don't know, I'm funny, and Steve thinks he's funny, and I think he's funny, and he thinks I think that I'm funny. So like,
exactly.
we make each other
That's
crack
enough.
up. All we need is each other, and we're cracking up constantly. So like, we're just laughing like fucking idiots at like, while people are just like soberly lining up and staring at us like, what the fuck is up with these dum-dums?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, another trend also is like people would say things and like I only hear like the parts I want to hear at first. So like this girl said like, yeah, you know, I could fuck up a dum dum like blue raspberry flavor, and I just heard like I could fuck up a dum dum, and I'm like, girl, chill, you're like 5 feet tall. Like what dum dums you looking to fuck up? This ain't Texas.
Children mostly, I guess.
That is what I would presume.
I mean, our taxi driver back to the airport was a real interesting guy.
Oh, this dude Pepe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a good time. He was white, from Montana. Dated a Filipino chick, married a Native American chick, spoke Tagalog, like the Filipino language, because that's his karaoke song. Yeah, he's a good dude.
He was in a biker gang.
Yeah. Oh, when we were at the airport
Is
in
Tagalog
Hawaii,
the one spelled Tagalog?
It's Tagalog, I think.
Yeah, but is that the one spelled Tagalog? Because that was a language I'd read, but realized when I heard it, but I don't remember how it said, that I was reading it wrong.
Oh, fuck.
The only tag-along I know is the Girl Scout cookie.
I was thinking
That
that
ain't...
too.
No, there's no N.
Oh, dang it.
This is not an N word.
True. Middle,
yeah.
end, or beginning.
Yeah, to be honest, fuck if I know. I didn't ask him to spell it as my default, but when we were at the Hawaiian airport, I bought a Moco Loco, 2 bottles of water, and I paid for it with a $100 bill. It was about like $18. The lady, like, we're like in our southern accents the whole time still.
Oh yes, we still cannot turn it off.
Yeah, and as she's got the change, Steve from over my shoulder says, "Sweetheart, just keep the change."
Yeah. It would have been a nice $82 tip on an $18 order.
For a deli where she did no service. We took our food, brought it to the counter. Thanks, sweetheart. Just take like $80 off the top.
Yeah, keep the change, sweetheart.
And then John had to say no.
Oh, yeah. I was
exactly.
like, no, ignore him.
I thought it would have been very obvious that it was a joke, and then I realized we were just hanging out with rich old white men all week who might have done something like that to a cute barista.
She's probably just like,
can't
damn,
be
these
dangling
dum-dums
those
just keep
fishing
hanging.
lines.
Yeah,
Okay.
flight back was uneventful. We sat next to a girl from Maryland who thought we were from Texas. We had to code switch again and tell her we were just liars.
Yeah, I watched all of Midnight Mass. That's a great show. Highly recommend.
Sick show. Love Midnight
Hell
Mass.
yeah.
Okay, I'll check that out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I started Assassination Classroom. Pretty good show.
Oh, hell yeah. Proud of you.
Assassination, you said, or fascination?
Assassination. Yeah, not like a magic school bus kind of thing.
Yeah,
I misheard.
No, very different. Well, if the kids were trying to kill Miss Frizzle, it's the same thing.
Then it would have been the same thing. Yeah. So that with that slight difference, if you know what Magic School Bus is, imagine all the kids are trying to kill Miss Frizzle. That's basically the show.
And she gets a kick out of it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. And no matter how hard they try, they can't do it.
Did you guys see that meme though of Miss Frizzle with like flat back, narrow grip, no foot drive?
Yeah, 485.
85 pounds. Yeah, those kids aren't killing shit.
Dude, that ain't even her final form.
Actually, yeah, with the power Miss Frizzle has, those kids trying to kill her are a perfect analogy for this show.
she has that power without the bus, which is like the whole focus of the show, how the bus can also do anything. So,
Crazy.
yeah, she may be an unkillable god now that I think about it.
I worship at the altar of Miss Frizzle.
Of Miss Frizzle, indeed. In Miss Frizzle we trust.
Miss Frizzle and Bill Nye are my main beliefs.
Thought you were going to say Cosby.
No,
Oh,
Cosby.
no.
No, not Cosby. No, not Cosby.
Yeah.
No.
All
He
right.
is a fallen angel.
Y'all boys want to wrap it up with a would you rather tied off with a bow, or is there any more story to be told?
I think we can switch gears to a little would you rather right now.
Yeah. hit me
Code
up.
switch.
What's up?
All right, here's a fun one. Would you rather have toenails that cannot be cut, indestructible, hair that cannot be cut, indestructible, or no hair or toenails at all, combo?
Oh my god, dude, the no hair ones are tough because most of it I don't mind. I could be bald, but once I'm losing my eyebrows and eyelashes, that's when it's like
Well, wait. So any hair, right? Like hair. Just
no
cannot-
hair whatsoever.
You should shave your whole face, head area, just so you can know what this option looks like, Steve.
Yeah, so I can really weigh the pros and cons.
I think
Just
I would.
draw on some eyebrows for a while.
I think I would go with no.
No,
hair.
so you can really look like a con.
What
So
are you
either-
thinking, John? Which way?
So either indestructible hair, indestructible toenails, or neither, right?
Was that it? Yeah, indestructible, or you have none of either. Yeah.
I'll make it easy
I
and
would
say I'll
rather
do
do that.
indestructible hair. I'll do crazy braids. I'll really go for the
I
Viking
think I would
shit.
rather do none of either because otherwise I have like the crazy beard, crazy eyebrows. I wouldn't be able to do shit after a while.
Your eyebrows wouldn't get that crazy.
I ain't ever trimmed my
true,
eyebrows.
But like, all right, facial hair and normal hair and all that though. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like it'd get really annoying and it would be like literally like down to, yeah, because like, well, your eyebrows should like after it reaches a certain length they fall out. So if we're saying
Right.
indestructible, like it keeps growing.
cannot be cut. Cannot be cut. That's
Yeah,
a
it's
follic-
still-
so
that's a
natural
follicular
falling out
issue.
then is
Yeah.
still a thing?
So Steve is
Yeah.
still balding.
Yeah, exactly. It's still coming back, but this stuff can't be cut. This what is here will keep growing.
I'm gonna do that, but again, I take refuge in the fact that I am as naturally hairless as I am.
That's true. Yeah.
Definitely not the toenails. Definitely not the toenails.
Indestructible toenails.
Well,
Yeah,
also,
that's
what about
probably
pubes
the worst
then?
one.
If you can't cut hair, you're gonna have like a fucking bushwhacker down.
Oh,
there.
you'll have a bush for sure.
There's
Like,
an
a
audience.
huge one. That's indestructible. Yeah, I'll just take no hair. Fuck it.
No hair or toenails.
Yeah, I'll tattoo my eyebrows on.
No toenails doesn't really bother me.
I'll tattoo my eyebrows on. I'll be fine. Like I could probably.
You
write
would-
a whole book.
You would
But
have to
that-
explain to everyone who sees you shoeless why you look like Greninja.
Yeah, that option also includes no fingernails.
Well, I think
or toenails,
Greninja
or
only
just
got like
toenails.
2 toes. I'm still gonna have 5 toes, right? I'm not giving up my toe privilege.
Yeah, true.
Alright.
Yeah, do we need toenails? Do we need? I bite
No,
my
you
nails
don't.
anyway.
You don't need
This
toenails.
would fix my nail biting problem also.
You bite your
Bro, you
toenails.
bite your toenails?
I used to when I was a kid.
What
Shit.
the fuck
Yeah.
is wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Same.
I
Your
stopped
parents
once I
not
couldn't
feed
be
you enough?
flexible.
I get you a big boy and your calories, man, but like you don't need to be
It's-
doing that.
Iron
it's not that
deficiency
my
if you're
parents
chasing
didn't-
ice.
Yeah, it's not that my parents didn't feed me enough. I just asked for too much food is all.
Yum 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 yum.
Yeah, exactly. I just wanted too much.
I don't
Okay,
get
so
people
I
that can
say
shoot it.
indestructible hair. John says none of either. Steve,
Indestructible toenails.
I'm gonna say
the worst one.
none of either too. I think that I could be otherwise fine enough that look, Whoopi Goldberg don't got no eyebrows and she's like one of the most famous people in the whole wide world.
Maybe
So
that's what it
I'll-
would take for you to make it big.
Yeah, maybe that's just the interesting look I need. is to
America's
be
Got Talent. I got no hair
fully, but yeah, I'm the best at not growing hair
or toenails.
or nails. Yeah. So
Look
yeah,
how smooth my toe nubs are.
I think I'm going none of either as well. Only
All
because
right.
same problem with John. My beard to hair combination, as well as everything on my body, just growing and growing and growing is not ideal for me.
All right. Well, that does bring us to about 1 hour and 3 minutes, but
I see. Yeah.
rough, raw, and dirty at least. Do you want any more would you rathers? I got 7 others, or do we want to cut it off there?
Ooh, you want to crack one more?
All right. Yeah. How
I could do one
how
more,
rough
then
we
I'm trying
going?
to
How
go
dirty we
closer.
going?
Yeah,
Yeah, no
whatever you
problem.
want. I mean, keep it aware of the Patreon paywall.
That is a factor
Yeah.
now.
There's one of those I think I'll leave off then.
Okay.
Maybe 2. Do you want a real like multi-answer, or do you want something interesting and powerful feeling?
Whatever you're comfortable
Powerful
with, baby.
feeling. Yeah.
Yeah,
Direct
help
the
me.
ship.
Help me.
the
I'm
second
building.
one.
I'm building the flow
We'll do
chart.
the-
Powerful feeling. Okay.
We'll
Oh,
do the
captain,
second
my
one.
captain.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather pick A, B, or C?
B.
I'm
That's my
saying
favorite
B.
letter.
Is it?
Well,
yeah. No, it's
then
not,
B.
actually.
Would you rather be able to speak any human language or be able to communicate with animals?
Language.
I'm going language.
I'm thinking language because animals are stupid, man.
Yeah, but you
I
could
hate
be the
to admit
Steve.
it.
Would the animals
could be
be,
the-
like able to be negotiated with? Like if I'm talking to a
Depends
goat,
on the level of intelligence.
like would I be able to say to the goat like, "Hey buddy, you trying to help me out?" Or would I just be like, "Yo goat, what you doing?" He's like eating the fuck off and be like, "All right, sick." Like is being able to talk to the goat just like being able to talk to rude people who also don't care about me?
That's what I imagine. It's like Eliza Thornberry. Like, she could talk to animals, but they could be as sassy as they wanted to her.
Yeah, I'd rather just talk to people than fuck that. I'm not in an environment. Like, who am I going to talk to? Squirrels? They all got ADD and ADHD like school kids. Like, I'm not going to get shit out of them.
Get along great.
My dog tells me everything I need to know about the way it feels with just 2 wags of its tail.
That
Yo,
said,
ain't
you
got
can
a
provide.
dog? Why you lying?
That said,
Oh,
you
I
could-
meant my dog. His name is John. I wish he wouldn't talk so much. He talks too fast.
That said, you could provide corn or whatever other victuals are required by a bird or something to be scavenging spare dollar bills and shit.
That's true.
There's a lot
If
of
you could-
flexibility in the powers of nature.
if you could convince them.
Yeah, that's a fairsy trade. Ravens
Yeah,
and
true.
crows, at least.
Yeah, they'd take it. They'd take that.
Yeah,
For sure.
I would definitely do the talk with people, though.
I think so. Just show up anywhere in the world and be able to just chat it up. To cut a rug, so to speak. You
That
know
could lead
means
to
dancing.
an emboldened sense of confidence that could get you into trouble in a lot of places.
Well, I'm assuming
Man,
that
not in
also,
Hawaii.
I'm assuming that also means I can imitate any accent. So that'd be kind of sick.
Yeah.
I'd be
Since I only got the one now.
I'd be
It's a fair
Australian.
logical extension. What would be a coordinated logical extension of powers in the speak to animals case? That you can do it telepathically?
Ride a dolphin? Shit, I don't know. Maybe a whale.
Command a dolphin to sexually assault someone?
They'll do that
Probably
without
need
you
to
speaking
command
to
them.
them.
Yeah, I think they
Yeah,
have
but
their
now
own
you can
accord.
steer it.
Yo,
Yeah.
dolphins love rape. You don't gotta tell a dolphin to do shit.
It's a little
Yeah.
pastime of theirs.
All right, so
Uh,
we're all going to speak to people then.
I think so. I think we're going all languages. We are citizens of the world after all.
Particularly those in Tennessee.
Yeah, I want to speak their language. I haven't quite figured it out.
Yeah, I like animals, but people are way more useful, so I'm gonna go with people.
Useful.
Yikes. We'll end on that. All right, folks, you have been listening to A Triplet of Fellas.
Hell yeah. See you next time.